Okay, guys, here's part 2 of Floyd Rose Basics, or Floating Trim Basics. This bridge on my red guitar is an Ibanez Original Edge. And you can see right there how it has your string locks sticking out of the back right here. That's how an original Floyd Rose will look. So there's a couple things I forgot to mention in my last Floyd or Floating Trim Basics video. When you change your strings on this, or on one of these bridges, don't take them all off at one time. I mean, you can do that if you want to oil your fretboard up, or clean your guitar. This one's a little dirty. If you want to clean it, stick something between the back of the body, inside the cavity here on the back, and in between your sustain block to block this bridge and keep it in this position so it doesn't move. Because if you don't block it and you take all your strings off of this, and you clean it up, get it looking good, oil your fretboard up, you're going to have a heck of a time trying to tune this thing. And there's one other thing on the tuning issues that I forgot to mention. Sometimes, especially when you get them used, where people play it on them, there's 3 springs inside of here. Replace them. Replace your trim springs. Just make sure they're the same size. And don't take all 3 of them off, because your bridge is going to come flying off, and there you go. You'll be like, oh my god. So just replace them one at a time. Start in the middle, and then the left, and then the right. Sometimes that will alleviate your tuning problems. And see, like on this guitar, intonation on it is perfect. And the intonation can take a long time. So say like you want, like I was talking about putting the lube on the moving parts, you'd have to block this so it doesn't slam into the body here and be down on this black stuff down in here. So you can take all your strings off, lube up little areas, because, trying to do that and tune this guitar, or any Floyd or floating trim, with all the strings off of it, and you put them all back on, you start tuning up, you're going to be sitting here for hours. Hours and hours and hours. So that's just another little bit of information that I forgot to mention in my last video. And also, the strain gauge thing. 942 for standard tuning. That's normally what they recommend you run. And then 1046 for half a step down. And then 1148 for a whole step down. Your drop D tunings, you can use like a 9 to 46 for Ernie Ball. Or some people like to use a 1052. Sometimes that'll work too, And then for drop C, if some of you drop C guys out there, if you want to do drop C on this, but you've never done a floating trim in drop C, try like 1152, maybe 1154. If you want to go to C standard, 2 steps down, or drop B, I would recommend like 1256. That's what I found to work on one of these. And also, there's another little thing about these things. If you like 1046 in standard tuning, you have 3 springs in the back here. You can try to adjust those, tighten them in to get your bridge leveled out. But sometimes you run out of room and your screws won't tighten anymore. I've had that happen to me on a few. So what do? It's like, I don't like 9s. They sound too much like 10s or 10. They don't sound powerful enough. Put you another trim spring in here. You got like some little, if you can see right in here, right there, those are hooks for your springs to go on. You can put 2 here and 2 here. You'll have a 4-spring setup. 4 springs will get your bridge leveled out with 1046, and you won't have to make any adjustments. So, however, though, sometimes when you do this string change and you do the string gauge thing for your tuning down, you will have to make minor adjustments in your springs. That's what I wanted to go over. Just make sure that you know that could be coming. So I hope this video might help a little bit more. And watch the other one too, and you'll get all the information you need that I know of. Please, everyone, like and subscribe. Have a great day. Keep shredding it up. Isn't that guitar pretty? Play what you play every day.